Good morning. 9:20 a.m. here in central Wisconsin. Good to be here with you all. It is holiday here in the United States for many individuals, including myself. Today is Juneteenth, where we celebrate pride in diversity. Welcome, Mad Mania. First, as always,
Beer. You're an inspiration for birth control.
Grey Worm, good to see you. Mr. Weedy, no cookie for you. Mad Mania got the cookie today, or biscuit as they call it over there in the UK. St. Jolene, welcome. Good morning to you. Good afternoon. I believe it's probably like 3 or 4 in the afternoon there. Lambo isn't Oprah, so y'all all get cookies? Nah, Lambo isn't Oprah, so y'all don't get cookies. I am no Kraken. I am no Kraken. Proof is right here. Where are we? Proof is right here. I do not buy this bundle. Right? I haven't even bought Imperial Armaments out yet this cycle. Right, we did get our Mountain Warfare. We did get our Conqueror's Will. We do have our 6 marches. Ready for Past 4. Ready for Past 4. You will notice PK is taking Past 4. We have zero intentions. No intention whatsoever to go into Zone 5 and get cooked against 1188. So, we are going to spend the majority of our time today watching our allies in Fire Camp 1568 and 3159 butt heads with 1316 and 2765. We are in no rush to get our Pass 4s. We are going to rally this pass, then we're going to go up to the other pass. We're going to rally that pass, and we're going to glitch those fuckers. Right? After discussion with the leaders in our camp, including our leadership team and that of 2687, our intent is to glitch the passes. So we're going to have PK take both passes. That way they will be glitched because we do not have territory touching them and nobody will be able to get through them. So there will be no temptation for anyone to go in and fuck with 1188 at all. Now, if that changes in the next couple of days as we figure out their uptime and their downtime, then that changes. This is what's going on today. I cannot attest to what's going on tomorrow or the following day or the day after that, right? So we'll see how things go. We'll see what happens. You know, make them stay vigilant, make them stay on their toes, make them monitor things 24/7. To see what happens. Dracul enjoying retirement. You have time for your 2 jobs now, Dracul, huh? Send Mad Mania out there. No, Mad's got another job shortly before the pass is open. We will, of course, be taking a look and watching what happens and develops over there. As I understand it, 2774 and 1864, I don't believe are going in to fight our allies in Water Camp. 1473 and 2676. Thank you for the $2, Dracul. That's the latest news that I was given anyway, but things could have changed overnight. So potentially the only big fights here are going to be 1568 against 1316, along with their allied kingdoms and their camps. We will definitely see if things are slow here. We can always go watch other KvKs. We got 2 to 3 hours this morning, and then my wife would like me for several hours this afternoon. She has today and tomorrow off herself and has told me, well, since you have no war, I need your time. I need you today. So, hey, you know, when the wife needs you, you gotta go where the wife wants you to go. I highly doubt it needs me for anything fun, but happy wife is happy life, right? So we got just over 20 minutes till these passes open, but we can take a look at what else I have done in the past few days since I streamed last. We've gotten steel skin now for our Delta March. That came not as a guarantee inscription, but as a 8th fragment deal. So we are still working on Delta. We have 6 out of 10 on the wish list. Marked on the wish list is Butterfly Effect. So once we get there, then we'll have 3 legendaries on this March. Good morning, Taki. Good to see you. I saw Only Farmer here as well. She's not talking much, probably because she's drunk. But it's good to see the both of you here as well. I'm anxiously awaiting the Apocalypse versus Taki versus Only Farmer chain off to see who the best chainer in Rise of Kingdoms is. St. Jolene coming in with close to 6 pounds. Thank you, St. Jolene. As far as tech goes, before pass 4, this is all done here. We're at attack formation 7. That's done, that's done. Treaties and cultural exchange 2 at 8. Barb reports, Karaku reports at 8. Plunder. And now Croc's gift 2 at 8. Call to arms is at 6. We've got these all at 7. We've got expanded formations, the first one done. Much of this after this now requires attack formation to 10, so we'll be working on that over time. We got plenty of time to expertise and complete our tech before we're actually fighting. Farmer, yeah, she drinks. She when she goes to sleep, she gets that IV Taki. She gets that IV of straight vodka in their arm. How come 1316 and 1180 is ally? That's a question you'll have to ask them. Diplo was quite interesting coming into this KvK. I went through it all in another prior video. But yeah, at the end of the day, 1188 and 1316 allied together. They didn't say much in Diplo chat after they announced that. But we are quite happy to have 1568 and 1473 as our AC to allies in this KvK. Both are very, very strong kingdoms. And 1568's kind of got a chip on their shoulder. So I expect great things from both of those kingdoms, and we will see. We will see. At the end of the day, I mean, with our stats, we're the baby here, right? We're at 15 billion power total between the 2 kingdoms in our camp, and the rest of these guys are at, 18 and a half, 19, 20, 21. We're at 900 billion KP, and everyone else is up in the 1 trillion range. I think the closest matchup for us would be straight against Greenwood, but we're on opposite sides of the map. We can't even fight each other. So, we'll see. But yeah, I mean, 1568, no slouches. 1.2 trillion kill points, nearly 14 billion power. 1473, again, no slouches here. 13 billion power, 1.2 trillion kill points. So, they have been great allies thus far, very communicative, if that's even a word. And well, we're not fighting 1188 in this zone, Jolene. We're going to glitch the passes so nobody can even go in there. Now, what's going on, Solar? I am sorry Mad Mania is deleting your posts here. I mean, it could have very easily been top versus bottom. It could have been the 1029, 1188, 1473 versus the other three. It could have been 1029, 1568, 1316 versus the other three. As I understand it, 1316 didn't want, they wanted fighting from start to finish. 1188 wanted fighting from start to finish. But we're not giving 1188 fighting in this next zone at all. So they can fight with themselves. It's all good. They can roast us in Lost Kingdom chat. It's all good. We're doing what we feel is in the best interest of our kingdom and our camp, and we will meet either them or 1316 in one of the subsequent zones, or maybe both, right? Maybe our camp builds into both zones and just supports whichever one of our allies needs support during that downtime, during the enemy downtime. We'll see. We'll see. Just leave Lost Kingdom chat alone. It's not worth your time and effort. I mean, seriously. So 15 minutes here. Let's check out that 1960 KvK while we got a few seconds. Drop some bookmarks on that too, so we know where to go if nothing is going on here. So Master King got a 1-day ban in Lost Kingdom chat. Mad Mania got a 1-day ban already. I think Nugget got a 7-day ban. I stay out of there. I stay out of there. It's an express ticket to get muted is absolutely correct, Victor. You can't say anything without hurting somebody's feelings. And all it takes is a few people to spam report you, and the AI bot will ban you. And certain kingdoms seem to get preferential treatment with those bans than others do. I'll just leave it at that. So it looks like 1960 has built all the way down. They're slowly working to cut off the territory of their enemies in this zone. Maybe another 24, 36 hours here at the most. 1093, pretty much the same here. I think this KvK is pretty much what everyone expected so far. We're not fighting today. But we will be watching our allies in 1568, 3159, butt heads with 1316 and 2765. I'll say it again. Us being in Earth Camp makes no sense for us to go against 1188 and 1888 in that zone and just destroy ourselves. It would be a waste of speed ups. It would be a waste of resources. Sure, we get kill points. Sure, we get deads. We pad our stats, but we're not here to pad stats. We're here to fight for objectives, and it does not look like that zone would be. Sometimes you just got to pick your battles, right? You guys will see on the right hand side of the screen the Hero Scrolls wizard along with a URL for Hero Scrolls. We use Hero Scrolls to get a lot of our stats, and those guys do a hell of a job providing stats to content creators as they ask for them. We also use Pro Kingdoms as well. You see stats in the middle of a KvK. So those are two websites, ProKingdoms.com, HeroScroll.com, that that definitely deserves your attention. Please go and check them out when you have time. This is not a paid promotion, but all the stuff the guys at Hero Scroll do for content creators, I felt the need to put a promotion up there for them. So 1316 and 1188 didn't pre-ally. Let's get that clear. But as soon as they saw they were in the same map together, they allied up. If only the pass opening was 4 hours later, you would definitely notice their downtime. You know, and like I said, there are some creative things that we can do during their downtime. You know, I mean, maybe we unglitch the pass and we have all of our 100 million power plus players random teleport in there and drop a fort somewhere. You know, maybe we fill a city with farm killers, random teleport in there and go kill their farmers when they're all sleeping. You know, we have options, but we're not going to take these passes and go in and build territory immediately. That would do more harm to our camp and our kingdom than good. I mean, hell, guys, look at my Lost Canyon, right? I'm in 71st. I think I've cracked the top 20 twice. I mean, and I have a pretty solid account. Okay, but when there's 1188 and 1316 players that are continuously occupying the top 10, I mean, just look, right? Even Forza, JPJ, I think, was the highest ranked 1029 player. There's Utrecht, there's Forza in 54th, and you know how good Forza's account is. I don't even see Redline up here. Right? I mean, it would make no sense. You know, we have a total of 20 Mountain Warfares that were bought between our kingdom and the other players in our kingdom, right? We've got 2687 and their fighters here in our alliance, just so we can kind of consolidate those chests. If we look at the actual kingdom rankings, and I see the chat scrolling out of the corner of my eye, I'll get back to it in a second here. I mean, we're at 800, and we'll call it 900 billion. We're at 900 billion, but that's all the fighters from two kingdoms in the same alliance. Yeah, Redline knows KvK has started. You would have to ask Forza. Flock. I mean, we're in 6th here. Alliance Power, we're in 6th here. I mean, does it make sense to send our boys against 1188 when they've got a larger number of max Crystal Tech players, in addition to exponentially more power and more kill points? I don't think so. Yeah, Mad Mania's king. He's got some stuff to do. What's up, Joker? If he's smart, he would pop that tax, the kingdom tax. I'm too tiny for 1029. We got. There it goes. If he didn't pop it, I was gonna as soon as I got R5 back. Got lots. I mean, we've got lots of quality players in that 100 million range, right? But we've got, you know, we've got plenty of players in that 70 to 90 or just above 90 million power range as well. You know, we are Captain and Mad Mania and I are there. Oh, there's a Mountain Warfare from Mr. Forza. Thank you, Forza. Where's the Forza? Here it is.
The force around you.
Damn it, Mad Mania is giving. Damn it, Mad! I told you, quit giving me these. He snookered me. He snookered me again. Normally, I try and pass those out before I give somebody else R5. I mean, the truth about Forza is, right? Forza has been very, very busy lately and has not spent as much time in the game as he would, I'm sure, like to. But, you know, it is what it is. This 1029, while it's not a retirement kingdom, right? We have no requirements for people to be online, for people to be super active, running 20 forts a day or anything crazy like that. You know, we like to kind of chill and take it easy in the off season, do what we got to do. And when we do pick a battle to fight, we go in and we fight hard. We bring in a handful of players every off season, and Mad Maniac Captain and I are starting to have those discussions and think about how we want to handle this next off season. Are we going to continue our, you know, if we lose a couple people, we replace them with a couple people, or do we maybe want to bring in some more players? Because there was a stat that was really, really telling to me the other day when I looked at it, and let me just find it again here. So in looking at all A-seed kingdoms, our average power is 30%, as a kingdom, is 30% below your average A-seed kingdom. Our kill points are 80% higher than your average A-seed kingdom. We have 142 fewer, understand this, 142 fewer City Hall 25s than your average A-seed kingdom. So that's 142 times 5, right? That's 500 less marches on the field, give or take. Hero Scrolls, that's from Hero Scrolls Greyburn. So, I mean, seriously, that puts us at a huge disadvantage when we get thrown in matches against the likes of 1188 or 1316. When we get kingdoms like 1568, although they are our allies, or 1473 dropped in the same map, who have over 550 active CH-25s in their kingdom. So that was a very telling stat that we kind of had to sit back and scratch our heads and look at. So, I mean, there are several things that we can do. We can either drop power, drop back down to B seed. We can remain a low A seed and just continue to bring in, you know, 3 to 5 super active or super quality people every single KvK and keep our fingers crossed with the KvK matchups. We can maybe better manage the KvK matchups and not go in when some of these other AC kingdoms, but you don't know. You just don't know. You just don't know. We definitely do not want Imperium. Seeds aren't seeds anymore. If you're a good kingdom, then you'll play against good. Yeah, and that's the problem, right? I mean, we have 80% more kill points than your average AC kingdom. About 140 some odd, 142 fewer CH-25s. There's an 18 billion kingdom in your D seed KvK. Yeah, that doesn't mean they're all playing though, right? That maybe they're not active. Well, the problem goes through. The problem is there are so many dead kingdoms that come out into season 5. There are so many, you know, they're releasing a new kingdom every 1.5 days. I would conservatively estimate that 75% of those new kingdoms die when they hit Season of Conquest 5. And all those new kingdoms coming into SOC 5 are raising the bar higher. It's not that we've gained a ton of power. We're at relatively the same power that we're at relatively the same power now that we had when we were a DC kingdom. It's just there's so many other kingdoms now that are much lower power than we are. We're in no rush here. Yeah, exactly, Victor. Exactly. What's up, JP? Pass 4 open. Yep. Yeah, we're rallying these. Like I said, we have no intention to go in and fight against 1188. We're going to glitch these passes so nobody gets tempted to do so. You know, and before we made the decision to glitch the passes, I did speak to Forza, I did speak to Redline. And I said, hey, if you guys want us to have a pass, you can teleport in there and raise hell. You know, it's no problem. We can do that. And I said, nope, we're going to follow your lead. We're not going to random teleport in there and crush them by ourselves. If we're not going into that zone as a camp, then they're not going to go in there themselves and fuck around. We're not going to go head up against 1188, Doc Tony. Just ain't going to happen. So if that answers your question, no. I think Earth Camp will get smashed if we go head on against Wind Camp. They have many more high spending players in that single 1188 camp than we do in both our camps combined. I think we had 22 total Mountain Warfare drops, gold chest drops in our 2 camps, or in our 2 kingdoms here in the Earth Camp combined. We have all the fighters consolidated into one alliance. People just keep wanting to play KvK 1 new accounts, and then yeah, it's problematic. Yeah, every single day people contact me. Oh, join this jump project or come to this Discord. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do a jumper. I'm not going to do a restart. Yeah, I have an account in 3777, but that's coming to 1029 as a farm as soon as I can bring it over. It's like people are being imprisoned already on the other side of the map. 13-16 players getting imprisoned over here. Already got forts dropped. 68, 16. Oh, 68 blocked the wall hop here. Smart. Very smart. Yeah, I mean, we got good kingdoms as our allies. These are not stupid players. We'll be over there as soon as we take these level 4 passes. It's going to take some time for their territory to touch anyway. I will not personally be fighting, no. We're We're going to watch our allies in 1568 smash heads with 1316. Tiger, Leo, some of the heavy hitters in 1316 got imprisoned. Reaper, they just, it's not about active CH25s, right? It's more about active players in general. You know, they need to take a look at a lot of logistics besides just number of CH25s. Why did we decide not to fight? Because fighting 1188 would be suicide. We would blow through resources and speed ups attempting to fight those guys. Yeah, newsflash. Newsflash. You have fun there. What's up, Dasher? This pass will be glitched. You won't be able to get through. You guys are going to stand there just watching. You have fun with that. See ya. They're going up to the other one now. Yes, please drop a like. I'm doing well. Yeah, I mean, 1188 and 1316, they've been in KvKs with and against 1960, 1093, 2489, some of the heavy hitting kingdoms in this game, right? I mean, there is no, you know, unless they're super dead, super inactive now, there is no sense to go and suicide ourselves against our troops, none whatsoever. They're going to get awful bored standing here because nobody can get through the pass. I think we were going to be in your camp if you guys didn't register. Who's that? Me? I mean, 1365 was originally registered for Storm of Stratagems, and they got no match found, which I think threw us into this number one, we'll call it the number one Storm of Stratagems map. You know, the B seed we're with, 2687, they're a fantastic group of people. Fantastic players as well. They've got a really quality kingdom there. But there's just no way the two of us combined could, you know, the two of us combined are maybe 150, 160 players total, plus some farms. There's no way we could go against 1188. None. Nope, we're not fighting Shadow. 1188 can have that zone. We're gonna go and we're gonna watch 1568 and 1365 butt heads as soon as we take this other past four. Come on, Dave. 5 minutes. Come on. So I'm interested to see what Lost Kingdom chat is saying. Please come and hang out with Daddy Lambo. Oh, Jesus. I'm not your daddy. They continue to imprison individuals. Ian says 2687 was with us last KvK. I thought they were BC Kingdom. Yeah, they're BC in this KvK. What's up, Electro King? You guys should all know Electro King by now, right? He does all the graphics for me, intros, outros, overlays, emojis, you name it, he does it. Oh, by the way, there is a new emoji out there. That's our band pilots emoji. So yeah, if you need graphics of any kind, there's a link to my Discord in the description. You can find Electro King there. I don't know that we have reinforcements here, so I'm probably just gonna. Hi, Hara. Thank you very much for the raid. Appreciate you. Hope you're having fun in your KvK. I know yesterday you went to sleep because you were having trouble finding kills, but hope things are better for you today. We did take a look at that a few minutes ago, and it looked like 1960 had things well in hand in that zone. That's all I know. Sorry. Well, I mean, I can do the numbers in Chinese, right? Er, san, si, u, liu, chi, ba, jo, shi, shri, shirar, shan, shisu. It's about all I know from my 2 years of taking Chinese back in the late 80s. Yeah, thank you for the raid. I appreciate you. If you are new here, please press that like button, hit that subscribe button. 1029 is not fighting in this first zone against 1188. We would get absolutely crushed. So We took both passes. We glitched both passes, so nobody from our camp can go through there. 1188 with their troop expansions. They can sit here all day waiting if they would like. We are not coming. I have made that perfectly clear since allies were developed. So now, let me see if my spot is still available here. It is not. We need to get in a chunk of territory somewhere. Rock bosses later. I like to make sure that they spawn on Alliance territory, so we will just we'll teleport here. We will copy the verbiage here. Oops. Go. And let's get some farmers out, right? And then go watch our allies. I don't even care what we farm, just as long as they're farming. Wow, where do we have fights over here? This is where oh, looks like 74 did go into this zone, so our allies on the bottom will have some fights as well. Very nice. Let's see if we can find, there's a pass, or there's a bridge here. Our allies are in orange, and 1316 and their allies are the white folks here. Check out the 2774 pass. Are they pass blocked already? They didn't even take that pass, so we will have to look at this one. Oh, yep. This is going to be where the fights are. Take care of my baby. The babies, spank them if they're naughty. Ooh. No, I raise kids of my own. No more spanking for me. Unless it's on the wife on some Saturday afternoon. Ooh, yeah. But do appreciate the raid. And if this gets boring here, we can go watch 1960. But it looked like 1960 had their zone well in hand, as did 1093 in that KvK. Just some cleanup work to do for both of them. I know I told Chadsky yesterday he needed to change his name to Cheeseburger Chadsky. Where is Gumbo? That guy's a siege player. Or so he claims. I saw Chadsky Cheeseburger, yeah. Our allies doing a great job here, kind of pushing them back. We're getting hit on both sides, though. I imagine random teleports from 16 are all over the place. Yeah, there's Dr. Pot. There's Leo after his imprisonment wore off. There's Tiger. Dropping a few forts up here to block the progress of the territory. Not a bad plan. One minute, that's finished. All the 16 players up here, though. It might be problematic to take down even a building fort. Although there's nobody in them. We will see. I wonder what these zones would look like if there weren't any random teleports, or even limit the random teleports, right? It would be interesting. Momo's already linking 500% siege reports in the chat. Oh, good lord. In the siege chat. Good lord. There's an actual siege chat. Do not add me to the siege chat, please. I want no part of it. Someone got zeroed from 2774. I don't doubt it. Yeah, the forts didn't slow him down too much. Are these guys over here not doing fast flags though? I am very excited for the new archers. We are ready for them too. 100% ready for them. We have got 970 spin tickets, 1,764 goldies. So last time I think I spun the wheel like 1,030 times for BQ, and that left me with 390 goldies to invest in him to expertise him. So if I can do that again for the new Archer Commander on the wheel, and then if I am lucky enough to get a first place in the MGE, we can get those guys expertise very quickly and still have right around 600, 700, 800 goldies in the bank. I get those tickets every single time the wheel pops and I don't need commanders on it. Every single time. So, and I forgive me, I forget the new open field Archer Commander's name, but I'm going to replace, I currently run Ash YSG. I'm going to replace Ash with that new guy. Quincy. They'll run him in YSG and see how that does. then we'll still run the ZL and the Herman, and third Archer March. I don't, probably be Shajar Ash if I'm doing just archers. Right now I'm using Philip Shajar as kind of a support march. So many unicorn cities, don't remind me. Don't remind me, Victor. Ugly. Makes sense though at the start of a zone that everybody's got all their top tier cavalry out, right? Faster march speed. It's not unlimited spins, Joker, right? It's limited to the number of tickets you have. I used it. I used my 30-day Disney skin. We're gonna call it a Disney skin because it looks like it's a Disney boat. No, YSG is still a more than capable commander, and the AoE that he brings to the table, it's fantastic. And the way I fight, I'm at the front of the murder ball. My trades are not always positive, but as long as those behind me get better trades from all the AoE I'm putting out, then it's a win for the kingdom. And you can get march speed from armaments, from equipment too, right? So I mean, my first set of archer equipment, not bad. Second set of archer equipment, not bad. We got the horn to level 4 as well. So a lot of people give me shit for using a dagger instead of a horn on my rally. So we'll soon be able to flip between the two, both at level 5. Yeah, nobody knows what will or what won't work, but you know, a safe bet is YSG. YSG, you can put YSG with anyone, and things will still go well for you. I mean, the nice thing about archers, and I've said this for a long time, and it's one of the reasons I like archers so much, is that there are so many good combinations you can use. So many different combinations you can use and still be effective, and still get AoE. ZL Herman, though, is my top performing pair, and I just cannot see breaking that up. You guys know me, we're not even fighting in Zone 5, and I'm buying the crystal bundles on a daily basis. Hell, we had 6 marches open last night shortly after reset. It looks like both camps here are blocking those, you know, dropping force to just annoy the hell out of each other. Slow down that progress with that skillful craftsman. Click on the top 10, sure. depends on the section that you look at to who the top 10 are. Like our allies have Greenwood pretty much pass blocked here. I don't know if Greenwood even intended to come out or build or not. So that zone's over. This zone is over because we didn't even go into it. This is where the fights are happening. Yeah, 13, 16 just has more random teleports up here than 68 does. How many times on these forts? What do we got? Did that really say 8 hours? 8 hours? 2 hours? Hours, 60 days. Yeah, I mean we don't have enough forts in our kingdom, enough alliances with those credits to just drop forts to block people. I think 16 would want to push up to this bridge and cut them off at the bridge rather than fight down here. At least that would be my direction if I was leading. If I was war leading. You know, let your 3 or 4 players with deal with these individual players down here. Send everyone else up to that bridge. Looks like that's what they're doing now. New Cav is like 5 months away. Well, they gotta do archers and then they gotta do leadership, right? Before they come back to cavalry. So 5 to 7 months. Philip and Subutai. Yeah, I was lucky enough to do the commander exchange. I think I changed in Freddie for Philip and Old Ragnar for Arthur. But all my cavalry commanders are expertise. All my infantry commanders other than Tokugawa are expertise. For archers, I am just missing Siage, Kayak, and then of course Shapur and Quin Shi, which aren't even in the game yet. Saladin for Arthur and YSG. Oh, why would you give up YSG? Oh no. The YSG has been relevant for 6 years. He was good as a garrison. He was good as a rally. He's still very good in the open field. No, 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 YSG. No, say it isn't so. And Ragnar Scipio is now a 3rd Infantry March. Whereas one could argue that YSG could be put in your 2nd Archer March. But, you know, if that's what you wanted to do and that's what makes you happy, YSG for Arthur? Ah, guys. You have 0 Archer Marches. All right, then. Okay, fair enough. They are cornered, ball bottom and top. Scroll up a little. A little. Yeah, I mean, 13-16 just has so many more random teleports. And they're doing a great job delaying these flag builds. I mean, I would conservatively estimate that probably 50% of the 13-16 Kingdom random teleported. And that's going to give them a huge advantage with March time. Get to the battles. Use a new artifact for this KvK on your Ash. Nice. Oh, 13-16 and 11-88 definitely have the upper hand when it comes to spending. When it comes to armaments, for sure. You know, I mean, these guys have what, 10, 11 stars on their banner? 10, 11 Hunter inscriptions? I mean, let's be real here. Wait till territory is established and they can group up. No, I mean, that's just going to take time. These initial fights don't mean... I mean, they're fun, don't get me wrong, but yeah, once the territory touches, that's when we're going to see the real craziness begin. Just amazes me the luck that some people have with random teleports, like 1254 Bunny. He would spend maybe 3 random teleports and get the perfect spot. You know, me, when I try and random teleport, I'll burn through 50 teleports before I'm anywhere close, and I end up getting pissed off and just staying at that location. right? And for me, close to the fights would be like probably over here somewhere. Yeah, it's amazing how many people get the prime teleport spots with their first or second teleport. I wish that happened to me. I mean, someone just told me that as soon as Tiger got out of his prison, his first random teleport was right here. I never get that lucky. I never get that lucky ever. Tiger will get where he wants within 2 to 4 teleports. How? Is he sitting in church praying as he random teleport? I mean, how? Well, I think, Forsetti, I think that they rank kingdoms who registered for Storm of Stratagems, right? They will take, so if there's a pool of 30 kingdoms that registered for Storm of Stratagems, the top 6 are A seed, the next 6 are B seed, and then all the rest are C and D seed. Right? I don't think it's necessarily based on their actual seeding globally, but I think it's based on who is registered for the KvK that they get their A, B, C, D seed rank. That's what my gut tells me anyway. You know, so if they're going to have 2 maps with 6 A's and 6 B's on them each, then you're taking the top 12 kingdoms as A seed kingdoms, the next 12 kingdoms as B seed kingdoms, and saying, okay, you guys pair up with each other. Then they're taking everyone else below that and saying, okay, you're C and B seed. What's up, Rec? We ain't fighting. We're watching a fight. Our allies 1568 and 3159 are in orange, going against 1316 and 2768. Excuse me, 2765 here in this zone 5. I believe that's how Nile KvK works as well. You're doing fine, Solar. Just don't take advice from Apo, that's all. Of course, I'm kidding. You guys know Apo, brother from another mother. If you don't, I'm dropping a link to his channel in here now. Also Forza, who's in 1029. We've got Redline in 1029. I will forever be the one March wonder. Now you can dig out of it. You know, long ago, 3-4 years ago, what somebody told me was stop trying to expertise commanders that are in the past. Right? If you're still working on commanders that were the last cavalry release or the last infantry release or the last archer release, just stop. Save all your gold heads. And when you have enough to expertise commanders as they are released, you will be in a much better spot. You know, it might hurt you for a KvK or two, but if you're continuously working from behind trying to catch up to the meta, you will never have the meta. So after I listened to, and that was John Wick Gaming, what he said made absolutely perfect sense. So I sucked it up for a KvK. I stopped going backwards to expertise commanders and focused on what was coming out now, what the new commanders were. And that's what helped me get to where I am now. I mean, you always want to try and do what's in the best interest of the kingdom again, but you know, in the same respect, if you're always kingdom focused, they may not always steer you in the right direction. John Wick, Wick Gaming, absolute legend, 100%. Best art carrier I have ever seen. Kill shot, we are in KvK, yes. We are not fighting in Zone 5, though, against 1188. You know, the thing that makes 1029 different is we have enough archer people here that can lead archer rallies, or cavalry rallies, or infantry rallies, or garrison with one of the three, that we will never require players to expertise commanders, quote unquote, for the kingdom or for Ark of Osiris. Right? We do Ark of Osiris for fun. I will never ever tell a player, nor should any of our R4s here tell a player, yes, you must expertise Jan Ziska for Ark of Osiris. Right? We understand, other than a handful of 30 to 40 players who play in 1029, you know, we have players here, you know, potentially like Redline, like Forza, who came here to relax from Imperium lifestyle for a little bit, enjoy playing KvKs, have a little bit of fun, you know, and they're always welcome here. But there will probably be a time when players decide to leave. You know, Shadow of Moon, Winnie the Pooh, they were here for 3 KvKs and they left to go to 13, 16 for several KvKs, and they came back. We always want players to do what is best for their account. Now, in that same breath, excuse me a second. In that same breath, right? We don't want people burning through speed ups on Zenith if it's going to mean they can't fight in a KvK. That's one of the things that we ask people not to do. Max, is this going to get into 1029? I was just throwing out the first commander name that came to my head. New Archer commanders, they're going to be absolutely phenomenal. I will be expertising both of them as soon as I possibly can. What's up, Raz? Kingdoms come and go, your account is forever. I mean, there's probably 30 or 40 lifers here in 1029 that will probably never leave, and that's our core group, and that's, you know, that they're amazing people, and that's because of the community we created here. And do I hope Forza stays here forever? Absolutely. Do I hope Redline stays here forever? Absolutely. But, you know, there are also players, 1 or 2 or 3 players that leave after every KvK, retire after every KvK. It happens. It's just the nature of the game. Raz is a lifer. I'm retiring in 1029. No point looking for another kingdom. Been hoping Mad leaves for the past 10 KvKs. I think Mad's a lifer. What I told Apple the other day. Apple asked a question on one of his streams. What would you do if you won the lottery? If I won enough money and I won the lottery, I would buy a Winnebago. My wife and I would travel the country, go into all the United States national parks, and I would give my account to Mad Mania. Could you imagine Mad Mania with this account? I would have absolutely, you know, I wouldn't whale up. I wouldn't, you know, do anything like that in the game. I might load him up with some flux scripts and then say, here you go, the account's all yours. Oh, I'd travel the country. Once we saw all the national parks and visited all of Guy Fieri's diners, drive-ins, and dives, maybe take some trips around the world. Give the house that we currently live in to one of the kids. So here you go. That would be the plan. Buy a nice big RV and buy that 1970 Chevy Chevelle convertible to tow around behind it. Now, how long my wife would last traveling around the country in an RV, that I couldn't tell you. That's the one car I've always wanted is a Chevy Chevelle, and since I was born in 1970, we would do a 1970. I don't need all numbers matching, you know, anything like that. I would want a resto mod. Something with all the modern conveniences, the power steering, adjustable seats, heat, air conditioning, right? Are there any Krakens in this KvK? There are several. I think, you know, in this KvK, many of these players, 441, 314, 313. I mean, this is why we're not heading into face 1188 directly, right? It would be suicide. So I think these kingdoms, these players could very easily be Krakens at 700, 800, 1 billion power, but they choose not to do so to keep the power in the kingdom relatively low. I mean, Forza is at 170 million power. He could very easily be at that 600, 700 million power himself, if he wanted to. What's up, Alloys? Used to have a 1974 Camaro. Very nice. Yeah, I mean, if you have 500 million, 1 billion, it allows you to do things that many other players can't. You know, I get that, right? But yeah, I mean, if you're at 140, 150 million power and you need troops in KvK and you're a Kraken like that, just train them during KvK. Do you have gold hero scrolls? I believe I do. I have content creator access on hero scrolls, which gives me many of those benefits. But I believe I did subscribe there as well. I don't know. There's some monthly shit coming out of PayPal. So I might not be linked to 1029 in there. I don't know. I'd have to go look. But yeah, the guys at Hero Scrolls have been fantastic. Mafia and Duke, you know, working with content creators so that when we're streaming KvKs like this, we can get statistics very quickly. You know, and George and ProKingdoms.com, they do a fantastic job all on their own as well. drop a link to prokingdoms.com here in the chat as well. And there is the URL to Hero Scrolls above the deplorables live here graphic. I know, guys, this would be way more fun to watch if we were fighting right now. We're not. Just a, yeah, we would, it would make no sense for us to go in and fight 1188, take bad trades, burn through resources, burn through speed ups. Our last KvK was a crazy one. I finished our last KvK with 171 days of speed ups, general speed ups left. I don't, as a leadership team in 1029, working in conjunction with the leadership team in 2687, we felt it was best to just glitch those past fours so nobody was even tempted to go in there. Now, I'm not saying at a later date, at a later time, we don't unglitch those past fours so that we can go in during 1188's downtime and raise some hell with the players that are online, but for now, we're just taking it easy. Playing possum a little bit. And I'm sure there's people watching from those kingdoms, which is fine. Alloys 400 million power. You know, I still have not hit the 200 million power achievement, and that's one thing that Nugget rubs in my face on a daily basis. How many forts did they drop in our zone? I think only 4. Yeah, only 4. I don't know if they're even fast building here. Yeah, they're slow building even. Which is fine. I mean, we glitched these passes on purpose. PK took the passes. We are not even connected to the passes to ensure that nobody can go through. Right? It was quite funny though to see a ball of 1188 players here, all with 50% expansions, waiting for us to come out the pass. It did make me chuckle a bit, not gonna lie. But this is the zone where the fights are in at the present time. Let's see what Lost Kingdom chat is saying. What kind of hell Mad Mania is raising in there. Nothing crazy. Easiest zone ever for 1188, maybe, right? Which is fine. Would I like to be fighting? Absolutely. But in the same respect, I know how our players play. They go full on, balls to the wall. You know, fight till you're dead. Don't recall in red. And that would not give us an advantage in later zones. You know, with the other kingdoms that we're allied with, we know full well at the end of this KvK, should we be lucky enough to win, we're not getting the star. It's how it is. You know, we're not going to win on DKP, even if we went in to fight 1188. There's probably a 98% chance we would lose that first zone. So we're not going to win a star by conquering zones ourselves. So, you know, we have to do what's in the best interest of our kingdom and save for when the fights take place where we may have an advantage. we have, what, 22 people now that have bought Mountain Warfare. But, you know, that doesn't mean those 22 people have been buying Conqueror's Will up until now either. Right? Many people just grind and grind and grind, and they'll buy the first couple Mountain Warfares. So generally, we have about 6 to 8 players in 1029 that are maxing Crystal Tech as quickly as possible. I would estimate that 1188 probably has at least double that number of players that are maxing Crystal Tech. 1316, I would bet that they have at least 50 players that are maxing Crystal Tech as fast as possible, right? So, you know, I know Forza, I know Redline would love to be fighting now too. It would leave only a handful of us available for subsequent zones if we went in and fought now. Way more, I'd say 80, yeah. Yeah, my estimates were very conservative. I just, you know, if we're fortunate enough to win on our side, hey, great. You know, unfortunately, since we're not fighting in this zone, we're probably not going to finish top 10 in any Autrix either. So, it is what it is. I don't blame anyone specifically. I blame Lilith for the matchup. Storm of Stratagems is an interesting map, to say the least. Why they put the two comparable camps directly opposite each other instead of fighting one another in Zone 5 is beyond me. You know, I mean, until the territory touches, until the first 24 hours are over, you cannot determine a Zone 5 winner in the first, what has it been, hour of a Zone 5. I mean, both these camps are doing what they need to do. Yeah, I mean, lately the you know, and I can deal with bad matchups, right? You're going to get bad matchups, you're going to get good matchups. The thing is, what makes it hard for me is some of these kingdoms that manipulate the system, so to speak, right? They go inactive in the off season, or they, you know, hide their true power by removing armaments and equipment and filling hospitals and that type of thing in order to get favorable matchups. There has to be a way that Lilith can do something about that. You know, there's a lot of matchmaking manipulation that goes on in many kingdoms. It's something we don't do. Just because other kingdoms do it does not make it right, does not mean we're going to hop on the bus and do the same thing. "38 Kingdom Heroic Anthem," that's insane, dude. That's insane, Victor, I'm sorry. The most kingdoms a camp should ever have is 5. Because you can only have 5 alliances in the coalition at the end of the game. 9 per camp is insane to me. You know, and that just shows you that, and I would, let's look, right? 2062 you said? Let's bookmark this. Let's look. Is that right? 2062? Victor out here trolling me. 2064. Yeah, that's just insane. Where were we here? Second domain of Imperiums? It depends. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very glad we don't have to do that, Diplo. All those egos, 9 kingdoms per camp, which is the main coalition, you know, which is gonna get rewards for past 4. That's crazy enough with 5 kingdoms in it. I say get rid of domains altogether. You know, force these big Imperium kingdoms to bring their best 800 fighters, or whatever it is now, 600 maybe, into the KvK, and you know, the other ones can just stay in home kingdom. If you're a fighter that is not able to participate in the 600 best players in the kingdom KvK, then find another kingdom. Domains were a way to counter huge Imperiums with loads of players. They don't even exist anymore. Honestly, hey, thank you, Jay, for the $5. Appreciate you, sir. Honestly, domains, in my opinion, were created to help reduce lag in some of those mega Imperium KvKs that we were seeing. You know, when kingdoms did have those 2 or 3 alliances that had all fighters in them. Well, they always said they were going to fix lag, right? Well, that's how they did it. They split kingdoms up into domains, which limited kingdoms to 1 or 2 alliance kingdoms. 22 total. Those were not all 1029, though. Some of those were our allies in 2687. 22 mountain warfares altogether, since it opened last night at like 9:48 UTC or something. Oh yeah, we've had those KvKs before, Dutone. Absolutely. 5 kingdoms in the camp, 4 kingdoms agree, 1 kingdom's asleep. Then they wake up and want to talk in the middle of my workday. Absolutely. They disagree who the other 4 kingdoms picked as allies and are problematic for the entire KvK. Yep, been there, done that. Yeah, I think we've had KvKs before where we've had 52 mountain warfares purchased. I think the sweet spot for players who want to have a good KvK and okay diplomacy is that mid B to low A range, but then, you know, you get dropped in KvKs like this one with some of the top A seed kingdoms in the game, whether they say they are or not, 1188 and 1316. You know, and again, 1568 has participated in KvKs with the big boys. 1473, no slouch. Well, those are crazy kingdoms themselves. I'm not trying to rip our allies and say 1316 and 1188 can't be beat. They certainly can. Our allies are doing an amazing job thus far, and soon territory will be touching here. Nope, that's a blocking fort. Sorry about that. 1 hour 35 minutes there. 1 hour 26 minutes there. So assuming both forts are full, 68's doing their own blocking forts down here. And that just shows the differences between the AC kingdoms in here. 1029, we do not have the crazy farm alliances with the alliance credits or resources to be dropping blocking forts like this. That would severely handicap us down the road in future zones. What's up, Gumbo? Like you have Imperium kingdoms and you have Kraken Imperium kingdoms, you have AC kingdoms with a lot of players, and AC kingdoms with very few players. It's hard when we get dropped into a KvK like this. We got to make that decision, and we all want to fight, don't get me wrong, but it would be counterproductive to go in and smash against 1188. We do not have the numbers that 1568 does or 1473 does. Not even close. I mean, based on the numbers here alone, if 1568 were our enemy and we even tried fighting them, they'd fucking smash us too. Hey, Captain. Yeah, I think 2268 had some issues, right? They recruited lots and lots of players based on numbers rather than players themselves. People always say how numbers will win, get everyone quiet after. Well, there's a difference between regular Imperium kingdoms and 1960, 2377 Imperium kingdoms. There's a huge difference there. Agreed, Alloys. It would be nice if all camps were closer in size. 100% agree there. Oh no, what happened there? But I mean, yeah, you ask Captain Stinkfist, right? He's our territory guy. We would not have resources and farm alliances to drop farm forts just to block flag builds. We don't have that many active players in this kingdom. I agree, Victor. Victor said, I know that it's bad for the big kingdoms to keep getting no match found, but them fighting non-Imperium 5 kingdoms really ain't the answer. Yeah, and I mean, those are not 5 shitty kingdoms that 1960 is facing, right? That's got War Daddy Chadsky and Chisgo Restart in there. Captain, He's random teleporting into the restaurant so he can eat. What's up, Blackstone? Good to see you, sir. I don't think I healed my hospital, did I? 17:30, we gotta go to KvK. Someone remind me. Well, I mean, if you don't want force drop to block, then you play what is it? There's another KvK. You can only drop a fort by a pass or a holy site, right? I forget which one that is. This is kind of what we're missing out on here, though. Right, but I mean the biggest thing here is these season coins. Speed ups are nice, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I mean they'll blow through 61-hour speed ups or 3-hour speed ups just fighting here. Survived your first Sock City rally? Very nice. Very nice. Congratulations. Yeah, I mean that's just the nature of the game though. I get it. Maybe they limit the number of alliances a kingdom can bring into a KvK. Limit it to 3. Right? That gives you what, 6 forts? I don't know. Yeah, Mad's all over it. Mad's all over it. We got those fast build flags in Zone 4 going. You know, fort after fort after fort, these guys keep dropping the block. Same here, though. That's just the strategy in these high A seed KvKs. And we are not a high A seed. Just our reality. And I don't know how that 24-hour KvK will work out, or the 8-hour KvK, whatever they're doing there, right? Because you don't want to have 20 troops occupied building a fort for 4 out of those 8 hours. I mean, yeah, this first zone, random teleports and forts can win the zone. I mean, you don't want to be rallying cities right out of the gate, because you've got objectives that you want to reach. We got some people coming up from behind here. Dragging them away. Basically, the entire KvK is King's Land without random teleports. There's Gumbo. There's another Gumbo. So you have a third one here somewhere? Oh, there. Was that a third one? Sure enough. Are you kidding me, Gumbo? Full on siege? 3 siege marches? Come on, dude. Your kill points mean nothing to me anymore. Tell Subutai with a BQ Lucci Garrison. Baited them with a CM Hera. Nice. Very nice, Mr. Blackstone. As long as you're having fun, that's the main thing. It is a game after all. Fast flagging has run out. We are over an hour into this zone. That fort's got an hour and 15 on it. An hour and 25. So that fort's going to get built. The 68 fort's going to get built there. That fort should get built there with no issues. More blocking forts from 68 down here. That fort has 3 days on it. Are you kidding me? OT that built through the pass? It is, okay. I mean, 68 is, I mean, they're doing well. I mean, we're not going to know until territory touches and we get people, you know, we get those flag-on-flag fights, but 1473 and 2774 are actually fighting now, huh? Take a look. Did Water Camp get bored and let them build out? I know we've had KvK's Mad Mania where you all were yelling at me because we blocked the passes within 6 or 8 minutes. You all were yelling at me to let them build, we want fights. If bored, let me out. Yeah, and I mean, if DKP comes down to be a thing at the end, see who gets the star, right? You know, Water Camp sure wants to get some fights in here. Yeah, just based on numbers, to me it looks like they let him out to have some fun. That's what my gut tells me anyway, because they had these passes pretty well locked down. Madmania, next flag, please. Yeah. Y'all are trolls. See you later. Enjoy your dinner. My wife should be home in about half hour, 45 minutes, and then we're going out to lunch ourselves. Should I take her someplace nice, or should I take her to Taco Bell? Let's put a poll up here. All right. Poll is, my wife wants to go out for lunch. Where should I take her? Someplace nice, Taco Bell, or let her choose? Here's the problem whenever you give them the option, right? Where do you want to go to lunch? I don't care. Okay, well, let's go here. No, I don't want to go there. Okay, so where do you want to go to lunch? I don't care. Well, clearly you do, because the place I want to go, you said you didn't want to go. Right? If you want to go to lunch somewhere, you tell me where you want to go. No, I don't care. I hate that. I hate that shit. Where should we order food from? Every Friday we order food. Where should we order food from? I don't care. Okay, well, I want Chinese. But I don't want Chinese. Okay, well then it's I don't care as long as it's not Chinese. Okay, great. We won't get Chinese. How about I order Mexican? Oh, I'm not really feeling Mexican tonight. Okay, then the answer should be, I don't care as long as it's not Chinese or Mexican. Should we get fish? No, I really don't want seafood. Okay, then you want burgers or pizza? Just fucking say you want burgers or pizza. Trick poll, since Taco Bell is a nice place. In Demolition Man, right? Every restaurant is Taco Bell. I don't know if you've seen that movie. Older movie, Sandra Bullock, Sylvester Stallone. Every restaurant is Taco Bell. Taco Bell won the food wars. Now every restaurant is Taco Bell. There is one problem with Taco Bell, though. 4 to 6 hours after you eat it, you got the gas. You got the gas. So 5 minutes on this flight. What are we doing here? Newsflash, buddy, you do not have to kill these for people to pour it in now. Just sad face your fucking march, my friend. If you sad faced your march on the enemy, it would probably be home by now. pushing. I mean, our allies are doing what they got to do, right? I think Daybreak Camp has an advantage as far as territory goes. This river seems to be more on the north side than it does on the south side. I mean, if you're going to put a river splitting a frickin' zone, at least run it down the middle of the damn zone. I bet 88 is pissed right now. Yeah. I mean, they had a good 5 or 6 players with 50% troop expansion sitting outside that pass 4. And then we glitched them both on purpose. I can just imagine them on voice. Oh, they glitched the passes. They glitched the passes. Ha ha ha, noobs. Yeah, sorry. We intended to do that. All right, I'm going to leave you here for just a second. I'm going to hit the head. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. The fight moved a little bit. It was behind the "at the shitter" flag. And it does not appear my microphone actually muted when I hit the mute button. There we go. That flag's done now. These guys got to push up and take this fort out, but they're they're putting troops in the fort now. If 16 can keep fire camp on that side of the river, things could get interesting. Got a 68 fort here though. Done in an hour, so they'll be able to put some territory back here. That will certainly delay them if that is the case. Uh-oh, there's a Cho going in there. Go get the Cho. Go get him. Go get him. Go get him. Okay, there's a good one, right? I don't understand the meme here, but it's an interesting one. Let's respond to that. Do you have her OnlyFans? Yeah, I mean they get Mad Mania and Nugget banned, right? For telling 1316 that they're always looking for easy KvKs, and now 1188 is posting softcore porn. I mean, I have a thick skin. I'm not one to report everyone, you know, so I'm not going to do that. But I mean, seriously, pot calling the kettle black here. Probably pilots being salty since they can't earn their salary. It's possible. To just you got to become a member here, Victor, because we got a new emoji in chat, right? No pilots, ban pilots. I actually got a message earlier today. Let me introduce myself. I am king of, and then he gives his kingdom number. Also part of a pilot team. I want to know if we can help you for your pass opening this afternoon. We can propose free piloting to make a try, hoping for a partnership in the future if you are happy. And he gives a link to his group's piloting Discord. I simply said no thank you. I don't want to call out the player, call out the group at all, but yeah, sorry. Let me be clear. I'm totally fine with a couple of friends sharing an account or sharing each other's account, right? Let's use Forza and Dr. Sam. Dr. Sam was in 1960. Forza would play on Dr. Sam's account when Forza wasn't in KvK on his own account. Or if they were in different KvKs and the fighting was opposite, they would play on each other's account. I have absolutely zero issues with that. What I have issues with are these groups of pilots that go around piloting as a group for kingdoms as a whole, or paid piloting services. That's my issue. That's my problem. That's my concern with this game presently. There are players, and I know at least a dozen players that were very low spenders or free-to-play players that have now quit the game, abandoned their own account that they played on for 3 to 4 years to go and just be a pilot. They get paid to pilot, or they still are able to continue playing the game on a Kraken or Whale account that they've never had before. So they're still experiencing the game and playing the game that they like. They just don't have to do so on their free-to-play low-spender account, and they simply abandon it. We're losing players in this game because of these piloting services, or because this type of behavior is allowed to continue. If they're buying bundles, though, they should be getting the gold chests. That, you know, just, it is how it is. You know, the problem with that, though, is there are players in some of these large kingdoms that use third parties to purchase chests for them to reduce the amount that they pay. Or they will use VPN to spoof the website into believing that they are buying out of, you know, and I'm just going to throw a country out there. They're in Greenland. They're buying chests in Greenland. Therefore, it costs them 15% less than it costs somebody else to purchase a chest, right? That is an issue as well.
How?
I mean, there are some outstanding players out there that are putting the time in, that are putting the work in, that do not use pilots. What I have an issue with is when they come out with these lists. I have many issues. Let's be real here. When they come out with these lists saying, "Oh, these are the top kill point players in this KvK or in the game today," and it's a list of players that you know damn well 80% of that account is piloted. Let's not put those players on a pedestal. Sure, the account is a fantastic account, but when it's piloted by 7 or 8 players, it's not the single player that owns the account that should be put on the pedestal and lifted on high, you know, having the heavens gates open and everybody bow in their presence, right? It doesn't work like that. (1960) gets 10 years of speed ups per KvK from gold chests. That's how they sustain it. Yeah, I mean, most accounts could not sustain. I mean, I don't know how they made it through that 2377 KvK or how 2377 made it through that KvK, right? All right, so that fort was taken out. Very nice job. Plug your ears. I forgot the boom. Here it goes. Plug your ears. I'm trying to find it. Rally and swarm in 16 SF. There's 16 SF. Careful, they're trying to fill that one too. Yeah, one of these popped already, right? That's what the boom was for. You guys are getting there, you're getting there, closer, closer, closer. Almost to your fort. Keep up the good work. Well, I mean, good work for everyone but Gumbo, who's running three fucking siege marchers. The pew pews just gave some deads. Nice, nice. 1960 had twice the points from chess and 2377. I don't doubt it. And how do you fix that, right? Okay, how do you fix that? You would have to quit giving them matchups like they're currently in until they slowly start to lose players. Now, I get it, 1960 against 1093, that's fair. But those two aren't even fighting off the rip. Easy fix, just spend more? No, thank you. And the only other thing they could do is limit the number of gold chests that purchases give on a daily basis. And I don't see that happening. We're watching our KvK Forza. We're watching Player Camp go against Daybreak Camp, which is 1568 and 1316. The man, the myth, well, okay, right? Forza's here.
Trust me. The force around you.
The legend, the warrior. It's Forza. I know you've seen that on Apocalypse's streams, right? But Electro King made that for me. I was kind enough to share it with Apocalypse. Right? So do not let Apocalypse take credit for that shit. That's the only real fight happening, yeah. Over in this bottom zone here, it looks like our allies in Water Camp because Water Camp had, what is this, Greenwood blocked at the pass. It looks like they let them build out just so they could have some fun. I mean, Greenwood hasn't even taken this top pass yet. And I imagine Water was very, very bored. They saw Fire Camp fighting and said, I want some of that. Did you see the Lost Kingdom chat though? I don't know what they mean by this, right? 1029, 2687. I asked for the OnlyFans link. Nobody's provided it yet. $1188 is clearly not happy. It's close. It's close. I won't say they're getting fucked just yet. I mean, they have the advantage because this river runs down. This river is not running in the middle of this zone, right? This river is way north, closer to the fire camp. So fire's going to have to contend with that river. And 16 is dropping fort after fort after fort to block the fast flag builds, but that said, 68 is doing the same on the bottom here. I think at this point it's a very even matchup in this zone. I don't think one side has a clear-cut advantage. It's not gonna be wrapped up today, that's for sure. Forza hasn't quit. He's just been really busy. He hasn't been as active as normal. Nope, we're not fighting 1188, Mr. Smoke Turkey. Yeah, when the wife gets home, we're going out to lunch. The problem, Ro, with telling her to pick the place is I will always say, honey, where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? What restaurant do you want to go to? And then it'll be, I don't care. And then if I say, okay, well, I'm in the mood for Red Lobster. Oh, I don't want Red Lobster. Okay, well, I'm in the mood for Olive Garden. Oh, I don't want Olive Garden. Okay, well then should we go someplace and get some Mexican food? Oh, not really. I can't deal with anything spicy right now. Okay, so if those are not options, then don't say I don't care. Tell me, you know, I would like burgers, or I would like pizza, or I would like, you know, steak. You know, just give me some data to work with instead of saying I don't care. Women love sushi. Okay, you try and find fresh sushi in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Look it up on a map. How close to the ocean is Oshkosh, Wisconsin? I will even spell it for you. I would not trust sushi in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Thank you. They may get it flown in overnight, but how long has it been sitting on the dock before it gets packed in that FedEx ice chest? Move to a real city then? Hell no. Hell no. You see what's going on in LA, New York, Philadelphia, all these big ass fucking cities. Bunch of crazies. Bunch of crazies. Here's what you tell her. You won't believe where I'm taking you today, and let her pick. The first place she says, you say, you guessed it. Jolene's here to bully you, Forza. Move to Vegas? Nah. Nah, the heat. No thank you, sorry. I don't know which map they lost to 1093 on. Couldn't tell you. What's up, Kem? Yeah, I haven't streamed much, to be fair. You know, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, maybe. Not a whole lot. Yeah, 16 is starting to fill this fort now. Miami? Nope, too hot. If my wife had her way, we would move to Texas. She's got cousins in Texas. Mr. John Wicked, thank you very much for the $5. If I had my way, we would move to Alaska. I know, complete opposites, right? It's just funny. It'll be the middle of winter here in Wisconsin, and it'll be like, you know, negative 30 outside with the wind chill, Fahrenheit. And I'll ask Google to bring up what's the temperature in, you know, Anchorage, Alaska, and it'll be warmer in Alaska than it is in Wisconsin. And I'll be like, look, we have. They might get more snow, but we have colder temperatures than they do. 1960 lost that KvK because of car. Hey, works for me. Works for me, St. Jolene. Problem with Texas is yo no hablo español. Texan steaks be hitting different. I think Alaska is gorgeous. Never been there. I think Alaska is gorgeous. You know, I mean, after we win the lottery and buy the RV and travel the country to all the national parks, you know, and visit Forza, you know, then we would buy a cabin in the Rockies somewhere, and I would just sit on this porch and smoke weed, and that would be the end of me. I don't smoke weed now because it's not legal here in Wisconsin, but Car's birthday was yesterday. Well, we're not going to play him a birthday song like we did last time. For the simple fact that I got a copyright strike for playing Happy Birthday song on my live stream. Denver's not cold. I got relatives in Denver. Denver's not cold. And Denver's way too big. No, thank you. If I was gonna live in Colorado, it would probably be on the other side, the west side of the Rockies. Someplace like Grand Junction. Or up in the mountains outside of Colorado Springs. Play There's a Cat Licking Your Birthday Cake for his birthday. Like I said earlier, right? If I win the lottery, that's the first thing I'm doing. Buying a big ass RV, quitting the job. The wife and I will travel the country, going to all the different national parks, national monuments, visiting friends and neighbors that have moved away, relatives in other states. Just having a fun old time. And then this account will be gifted to Mad Mania. We'll load it up with some Flux scripts for him before I leave, before I quit, but that's the plan, right? If we win the lottery. I would say I'd give him the YouTube channel too, but it would be copyright striked within hours.
But you left me alone inside these empty, broken walls, and I can't see.
Thank you again, John Wicked, for the donation. Appreciate you, sir. I hope you have reconsidered Duluth, Minnesota on the water, Lake Tahoe. No, I don't want to move to Minnesota. Too many Vikings fans there. Vermont, that's too far east. Liberals and crazies. But John Wicked, I hope you have reconsidered your quitting the game. Got another rally up. Okay, I would guess it's on this. What's up, Fly? So Fly, you can I know you messaged me earlier, you can go here and then you can go to Manage Kingdom and then you can request right in here. You don't have to go back to the Lost Temple in the Home Kingdom. Is this the John Wicked that dragged Raw? I don't know. He's always on my chat. He's always on my streams. He's always on Apple streams. But I mean, honestly, if somebody dragged Russ through the mud, it would just hide his skid marks, so it's all good. Russ is kind of like Mad Mania, right? Everybody picks on him. When are we getting a siege rally, Gumbo? That's a good question. 68's giving them hell. Gumbo swarming with siege marches. Yeah, that's just to pimp his stats. Don't let him fool you. Uh-oh. And the game crashed. That's a new one. You would think Siege would be a good city rally, right? I mean, what? Siege are it's a siege weapon. They should be good for those rallies. I don't understand why they are not, but yeah, let's get some jemmies. Always use food. We've asked for it dozens of times, Kem, that they have a breakout of T1, T2, T3, T4, T5 for deads. Unfortunately, it is something many players don't want because then they would not win DKP in KvKs. Right? People, I mean, we've seen it. People slam T1s into cities, into flags, because they know a dead troop is a dead troop and it counts for DKP in a KvK just like a dead T5 troop would. So there are just as many people opposed to it as there are for it. Uh-oh, who did Gumbo betray? Uh-oh. Yeah, I mean you can tell, right, from the top 10 list for deads who's doing it. The problem is having proof outside of that. Guy in LKC is tilted. Let's look here. Get out of that cave. I can't even read this without translating it. Yeah. Just ignore him, Mad Mania. That'll piss him off worse than giving responses. Just ignore 1188 and the LKC. That'll piss him off. It's like they're not getting fights now. You know, you dig your fucking hole, you're gonna lie in it. You had someone in your KvK that was not clearing hospitals specifically to take deads? Yeah. I mean, there are still ways that you can manipulate DKP, which is why I never, ever like going on DKP alone, right? That's why we typically use a contractor in KvK that puts points values on winning zones, that puts points values on altar fights, and that also includes DKP in that mix. we have been screwed out of several stars winning KvKs because our DKP was not as high as theirs. But we have a different fighting style than many of these kingdoms do. We don't go in and rally after rally after rally. We will go in and we will swarm everything. This KvK is an exception simply because that rally's getting swarmed and it's getting punched on. Nope, those are sorry, those are 68 sieges. Swarm 1188? No, thank you. Yeah, I haven't changed it since I sent it to you, Kim. You had to explain to one of your deads during an ultra fight? God forbid. Oh, is that fort going now? Let's bring the boom. Here we go. Plug your ears. $30 minutes here. 40 minutes here. Seven minutes till that flag touches this fort, which has 60 days on it. I mean, I honestly, I think our allies are doing quite well here. They made it across the river, which is the first big hurdle. Unless another fort is dropped to block their progression here, they will soon be touching their own fort. And then flags will be used to create more teleport spots, I assume. What's up, CK? Body, good to see you. Yeah, I mean, let's be real here. I'm gonna show the stats again. Alright, Earth Camp would have absolutely no chance against Wind Camp. We're not gonna waste our resources, we're not gonna waste our speed ups to let them get kill points and deads. It just ain't gonna happen. We don't care about our stats. We care about the long-term goal and the long-term objectives. And going into that zone, head-to-head with 1188 would not be good for those long-term goals. How does the Zone 6 work in this KvK? That's a good question. Right, if we look at Zone 6, it looks like we're going to get a free Zone 6 for a period of time, past 5s, before past 7s open. Now, in order for us to get to Kingsland, we got to get into one of these two zones and get a past 9. Past 8 will open before past 9 opens. So yeah, I'm leaving that to the planners. Just, you know, I do what they tell me to do. Yeah, we have to see what plays out in these Zone 5s, and then work with our allies in Fire Camp and in Water Camp to see where they want us to go when these next zones open up. I don't know about that. 1473 is crazy good. Right? I mean, just
Love is so we go. It's strong for more. Let's get it on and rave all night long. We're party pioneers. We will bring the fire when we go for a ride.
here we come. We're coming back. Sorry about that. We loaded into the main game scene, which runs all of the animations immediately when you log in. So you've got to hear, you got to see Mr. Apocalypse Gaming and Party Pioneers there for a bit. So that's the intro. Whenever Apo joins the stream, right? And my stream deck is dead now. Whenever Apo joins the stream, we run Party Pioneers. I know he enjoys that. So my stream deck is dead. There is going to be no animation or anything moving forward. I think that's what locked the system. Let me, yeah, we need to restart our stream deck. Hopefully not get any errors or issues.
We will bring the fire when we go for a ride.
Hello? Hello? Sorry. Yeah, everything shut down on me again. I had to do a quick reboot. All four screens went black. I could not get things back on. So we just hit the reboot button. I do apologize. Yes, I was putting on some baby oil. Thank you for those who stuck with it. We missed you so much. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Russian hackers. Yeah, we're back. We're back. Sorry for the delay. You know, as my way of saying I'm sorry, let's give out some gifted memberships here. Oh no, now I lost chat. Show chat, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. I need a new motherboard. I need a new processor. I need to just start a new system from scratch here. I got so much garbage on this computer. It's about 4 years old now. 10900K processor. Still has DDR4 memory. 64 gigabytes. You wouldn't think I would have issues running multiple programs like this, but seems like when I stream for over a couple of hours, shit starts to hit the fan. We need to get that latest and greatest AMD X3D processor. We want to get. We got a 4070 Ti, but we want to get new motherboard and get that upgrade to DDR5. Well, 5070s are not that expensive anymore, so we may look at upgrading that as well. I mean, mean, if everything crashes in the middle of fighting, that would be very problematic. I would imagine once they're touching their... Oh, really? Another blocking fort here? Goodness gracious. So their next flag should be over in this general area, I assume. The forts are unlimited. It's just crazy. They imprison themselves. These guys should should teleport back to the starting zone in 8 minutes. What's up, Rio? Yeah, honestly, it looks like they just let Daybreak build out here so they could have some fun. Meanwhile, we glitched our passes, so nobody even tries to go in and fight 1188. You guys have fun with that, 1188. Congratulations on your Zone 5 win. Hell of a job. Hell of a fucking job. Have some fun, pad KP. What it is. They wanna build this territory, get these cities teleported out of here. All these forts just to delay that, that's just crazy to me. What is this flag? Oh, I see. They're going around. Not many teleport spots, though, on this side. Or on this side, I guess. Not many flag spots, even on this side. When does this EA fort get done? 14? Their territory should be connected there soon. No forts blocking the path here. year. And 68 has made it across the river. Get that flag built, though. They need troops in that flag. Go, push, push, push. No, don't just sit there, my guy. Get in the resource nodes. Get some more teleport spots opened up. Let's ring the bell.
Fight!
Oh, is that meme removed? Oh, did somebody remove that? Maybe it's just put back way too far. Y'all still there in chat? Did I lose you again? We're gonna end the poll. 36% said let her choose. Generally what I do. It's just that decision-making process is not always enjoyable. Oh, they got some troops through there. That's 12 minutes away from building. Very nice. If I was 16, I would not be farming these tiles for them, though. Probably just trying to jump through a tile and forgot he was in there, but... 49 likes at last count. Let's get to 50, guys. We're at 50 now. Thank you. Thank you. What got me into Rise of Kingdoms? So before Rise of Kingdoms, I played a game called Clash of Clans. And it was getting boring. Right? I was so high ranked in Clash of Clans that it was taking literally hours to find a fight, hours to find a city that I could even attack. It was very boring to me. So I was downloading different games one morning, happened to download Rise of Kingdoms, and I was able to move from city hall to city hall to city hall and upgrade very, very quickly. Early game, you can do that. And I'm like, oh, this seems good. You're able to progress quickly. Well, little did I know, you get to T5 and it's like 175 days per research queue. But by then I was hooked. What's up, Z? Good to see you. You know, and the thing that hooked me more on Rise of Kingdoms than anything else was the way you fight. Right? It's not like turn-based fighting. It's not like Clash of Clans where you just set your armies to go and they go and you drop some skills here and there. The way you fight in this game is much different than any other game out there. That's what I enjoyed the most. That and the people. I've had an opportunity in this game to play alongside some of what I would argue are some of the greatest players ever to play this game. You know, people like Slouty, people like Wick Gaming. Lots of those players, you know, Solomar. I played with Chizgul on 1039 for a while. King of Armenia. Lots of those players in 1039 in the early days, or 1052 with those Ark of Osiris runs for season 1 and season 3. You know, their names are etched in the history of this game, whether people like them or not. Learned a lot from both of those kingdoms. TSN MF. All hail MF. Well, the entire TSN crew. You know, I've had the opportunity to play with some great players, some of the best in the game, and not just players in the game, but great people too. Solmar is, as I understand it, playing in a different kingdom now. I don't exactly know where he's at, but you know, and to be honest, in KvK 1 and KvK 2 back in 1039, he didn't do a whole hell of a lot, except get himself zeroed in KvK 2. $33.76, he is in beer. Okay. You know, I remember KvK 1, he put 5 marches outside of a pass and logged offline for hours. Played against Baba in KvK 1. You know, now the reason I keep playing this game now is for the people. You guys on YouTube, although I don't stream as often as I once used to. It's for the people in 1029. You know, it's more for the people now and that friendship that I have built over the years than it is for the game itself anymore. Minutes and that fort's done. 13 minutes and that fort's done. Ooh, they have an opportunity here. There's a 10-minute difference. If they choose to do so, if they have the numbers to do so, they have an opportunity to take this fort down. That would be huge. That would be huge. Probably the same thing that keeps you playing as a community and the strategic thing. Since my account is younger, yeah, you have to play quite a bit different when you have a young account. So the wife is home. She is getting ready, but we're gonna hang out here to see what happens after this fort is built. Can 1568 burn this 1316 fort? Or will it get built? That is the question of the day at the moment. This other one over here, that's gone. Nope, not quite yet. 60 days, there's nobody in it. As soon as this territory gets built, 4 minutes, 20 seconds, they can just tap this and it disappears. The unfortunate thing is this flag will only teleport one 1316 city back to the starting zone. I mean, you've still got Lynn here. You've still got Vest here. You know, when this 68 fort gets built, it's gonna move. Gonna move Wonder. Still got a lot of powerful players here. Obviously, as you know, with a building fort, right, each player can only have one march in there. Go, 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 push, push, push. Push, push, push. That would be a very hard fort. If they can take that down, that will be monumental. And 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. In come the teleports. Boom shakalaka. Rally up, says Gumbo. In 5 minutes, we got Karak bosses. Oh, fucking fantastic. Let's change the time here. The 68 still got to march a little ways here. Definitely got numbers though. They don't know that they got the numbers here. The push in 13-16 though. And the ball keeps moving down, down, down. They just 13-16 just finished a flag over on this side. They're building another one. Again, it's all about teleports now. How many cities can you get to the front line to refresh those troops quicker? Thank you for the subscription, Viper. Appreciate you. If you're not already subscribed, hit that like and subscribe button now. Now's the time to do so. We are slowly but surely creeping our way to 5,000 subscribers. We'll do a giveaway at that point in time. You can check out my merch shop if you want to see what we'll be giving away. Several items in there. We've got a Cable Mods custom keycap set if you have a mechanical keyboard with Iset and Seth, the Egyptian themed keycaps. Looks pretty sick. Jumbo is rallying, I doubt it. Where are you going, guys? Where are you going? Your marches are white. Where are you going? Here comes the rally. To the Subutai. Oh, that rally's getting just clapped. That rally's gone already, huh? And all you got to do is have one or two big players in cities here, right, to swarm down that rally. So unless you're dominating the field, that's going to be a very hard fort to take down in its present state. Looks to me like it will get built since it takes another 5 minutes to rally and then march there. But yeah, I mean, 1568, putting in some work. So their 68 fort is built here as well. Very nice. I'm sure they will be sending rallies on flags here shortly also. For now though, we have got to get back here. Get this organized. Second bosses, tap and retreat. Wait for Lambo's charge command. Gotta remember how to do this. Wait for everyone to stop moving. A couple more coming in. You don't like Gumbo Siege Rally. I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit. Am I getting anything good here? A couple of gold heads. I hope I'm hitting that guy and not the frickin' barbarians. my hospital, then let's watch some territory on territory. Their tips are touching. Yep, 16 now all over the field. There's a city that can be rallied. Maybe not. What the hell? 311 million power? Now the fun really begins, huh? Minutes on that flag, 31 seconds on that. Yep, you see 13, 16. I'll shift them left here. Take down that building flag so they only have one front to fight at. I had a kingdom that thought rally, garrison, siege was meta. They get rally a siege and garrison a flag 2 or 3 times. So the first kingdom I was ever in, 1207, we had a player that insisted Lancelot was the best commander to use when rallying forts. Because he saw it on YouTube. Guy had expertise Mina, but yet he always rallied forts with Lancelot. Don't ask me. Yep, things are getting juicy now. These guys must have popped their fast build, because that flag wasn't there a second ago. They're gonna cut EA off, or well, 13, 16 didn't have these fights last KvK. And it is currently 2:41 a.m. in Seoul, South Korea, 1:41 a.m. in Shanghai. I would imagine if 16 has a downtime, they are hitting it very soon here. That fight's going down. Instant swarm. 2016 has pilots. Yeah, I don't doubt that they do, but I guess it depends on the player, right? Sometimes the pilot is better than the account owner. You know, sometimes the pilots are just out to get kill points because that's how they make money. You have many kingdoms where the pilots are just there to chase kill points. And what are we, 9, 10, 11, 12? We're 3 hours into the Zone 5 fights. At this time is when many lesser kingdoms start to lose players. You know, their casual 3-hour fun time is gone. The next few hours will be very telling for how this zone plays out. There seem to be two very evenly matched camps. Looks like 68 has the numbers, though, to me. Maybe not. I spoke too soon there. Oh, nice. That flag's on fire. Didn't even see that till now. The Stormy Boy says 1568 is a high AC close to Imperium. Looking at the stats, though, right? And this again, these stats though are just the main alliance. Very evenly matched. You know, power is different. 1568 clearly has more players. I mean, it's not a crazy difference like, you know, 1029 at 8.3 billion and 1188 at 13.7 billion. That is specifically why we are not in that zone fighting 1188. It would be a fucking suicide mission. We might be crazy, but we're not dumb. Besides, it's annoying the piss out of 1188, and that's kind of enjoyable. Start time from 1730 to 1740. I get it. My bad. Tell me later. Zero me if it pisses you off. You know, only two goldies. The most I ever got from Karak Bosses was 7. That was years ago. Those stats are the top kingdoms only, or the top alliances only in each kingdom. That's how 1188 and 1316 wanted the stats pulled to do allies. Right, which to me makes no sense. You got to look at the kingdom as a whole. You know, I mean, some of these camps have 550 plus players in them. Our camp, Earth Camp, has, what was it, like 252, I think it was, between the two kingdoms in the camp. So we are clearly the weakest out there. It would be no surprise to me if 1568 wins this zone. You know, that said, it would be no surprise to me if 1316 wins this zone either. They are two very, very good and stacked camps. There's a very good matchup between the two. Nobody's winning yet. Lilith is winning. I cannot vouch for the quality of 3159 or 2765 myself. $13.16, many big spenders. Yep. And if you look at the top 100 in Lost Canyon, I would say 70% of that is either 1316 or 1188. Gumbo is in 1568, and he says 3159 is very solid and very active. Solid and very active. Don't want to misquote him here. It's going to come down definitely to who can keep it up longer. Pun intended. So is 1029 to an extent, right? We've got a good, I would say at least half of our alliance are mid-tier spenders. You know, but the numbers 1316 has, the number of farms that they have to farm fill, is just incredibly different than what we have in our kingdom. Sometimes numbers and tactics and strategy and planning beats quality. We will definitely see in this zone over the next, 24, 48, 72 hours. It's a lot like a staring contest here. If 1316 was truly like 1960, they would not be balling up on their territory waiting for something to happen. They would be pushing 24/7. My opinion there. What's up, Wiz? I mean, in those KvKs, we have seen 1960 playing where they ball up and wait, and they're not consistently being aggressive. Those have been the KvKs that they have struggled in. $1568 has both quality and quantity. They do. I mean, every kingdom in this KvK has got some great players in it. Right? It's going to come down to uptime versus downtime. And I hate to say it, but who's got the pilots? And I fucking hate that about this game right now. You know, there should be an uptime versus downtime element for every KvK. It should not come down to which side has the more active pilots, which side has the money to buy better pilots, which side has more pilots. You know, that's just ridiculous to me. And again, I will state again for the record, I have no problem with a couple of friends sharing an account, playing on each other's account. What I have an issue with is piloting groups who go from KvK to KvK to KvK, piloting for a single kingdom, or paid pilots who get paid to pilot on big-ass Kraken accounts. That's what I have an issue with, and that can swing the tide of war in a KvK, whether it's a Imperium KvK, whether it's a S plus tier KvK, whether it's a AC, BC, DC KvK. And it's a shame that that's where this game is at currently. They're trying to make a living, and that's fine, you know. I don't blame the pilots themselves. They're trying to earn money to put food on the table for their family by playing a video game. Hey, more power to ya. The problem is the company that runs this game has allowed it to continue for so long, it's never going to end. It's never going to stop. There are people quitting playing this game every day to go and be paid pilots. That is not going to increase the longevity of this game. Many of the upgrades that they do, many of the releases that they do, like this one for example, are specifically for those Krakens, for those incredibly high-spending players to buy this shit. They're not for the average player. They're putting this game out of reach for the free-to-play low spenders. And they are pretty much forcing them to go pilot if they want to continue to play this game at a high level. Well, we've had some great quality of life improvements in this game over the past several releases. Freaking outstanding quality of life improvements. But I think sometimes that's just to keep people happy. While they implement changes such as this bundle, you know, the new crystal tech in KvK, let's be real, the new crystal tech in that HA KvK one might look at it and say, "Oh, this is free to play friendly. They can focus on one troop type." If they're slamming their one troop type with 410k sized armies into 60 GT, their hospital bill is going to be bigger. They're not going to be able to fight as long. Yeah, and you know, you're perfectly entitled to your opinion, Stormy Boy. Absolutely. Perfectly. I'm not going to suppress anybody's opinion here. All right, I even have a command that moderators can use. Opinions. What's up, Master? I mean, this game, yeah, resources and speed ups. You're right. This game was not designed to have people online fighting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pilots allow for that. If many players would just play their own account and not use pilots, you'd still run into some resource and speed up issues. For people like me who are online for 20 hours when fighting is taking place, sleep for 4 hours, wake up, do it all over again. I know there are many content creators that will even refuse to talk on their stream about pilots for fear of repercussions that may come to them being part of the content creator program. I'm going to keep it real here, guys. I will always give you my opinion. Some will like it, some will dislike it, some will differ in opinion, some will agree with my opinion, and that's fine. That's what we're here for. Oh, absolutely. I took tomorrow off, expecting fights. You know, I did that as soon as we knew when fights were potentially going to be. I absolutely take days off when passes open. I'm too old, though, to stay up for 24 straight hours. I need a couple hours sleep here and there. And here we go, finally.
Fight!
I mean, and that's what makes this game and this community great, right? Is everybody has an opinion. We don't always have to agree, but everyone's entitled to an opinion. You know, it's when we as people, and this goes for life too. It's when we as people put those blinders on and are not willing to listen to somebody else's opinion that we as society get into trouble. That's the problem with society these days, is too many people are not willing to listen to the other side's opinion and keep an open mind. It used to be that we could have healthy discussions in a public forum, people expressing their opinions without it getting crazy, getting ugly, having insults thrown back and forth. These days, many of my friends who were liberals have removed me as their friend on Facebook because they know I have a conservative viewpoint on things. If that's how you want to be as a person, then yeah, I don't want to be a friend anymore. I think a pilot on an account, a friend sharing an account, makes the game more fun, potentially. I think paid groups of pilots, when you have top tier accounts in this game that have 7 or 8 pilots that are on for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, I think that can swing a KvK one way or another. And that's a shame. But I understand your point of view. Yeah, I don't even post on Facebook anymore unless it's like a happy birthday to somebody. I was growing up in Madison, Wisconsin, where it's very, very liberal. Many of the individuals that I was friends with do not share my same viewpoint, and you're absolutely correct. They're allowed to make post after post after post, slamming the current administration or expressing their opinion. But the second I make a post, pro Second Amendment post, they're bashing me left and right, or they're removing me as a friend or blocking me. Correct. Yeah. Forza's in LA as well, and I'm talking to him on a daily basis to make sure that he's okay. I don't know what people in this country don't understand. And if we really want to put our tinfoil hats on, right? If we really want to put our tinfoil hats on, it's not the Republicans or the Democrats, it's both of them. If you keep the people fighting amongst themselves, they will not then look at the idiocy that is the political system and see those political players and the flaws that they have, right? They want to keep us fighting with each other. They want to keep it rich versus poor, black versus white, Mexican versus American. That's to their advantage. That's how they maintain control of a population. Again, just my opinion here. What do I say all the time, right? Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. Like 68th trying to build down this way a little bit. Yeah, this is not a zone 5 that's going to be over in hours. This one's going to take a day or two. Our zone 5, that was over 5 minutes after it started because we glitched the passes. Intentionally. Oh, those freaking siege towers. I hate them. In any case, guys, I am going to see about grabbing some lunch here. I appreciate you hanging out with me for a period of time today. Let's see if there's anyone else streaming out there that we can get you over to. I know Ihara was kind enough to raid me earlier. English speaking folks out there streaming, any KvKs anyway. So I think we're gonna call it a day. I assume Appo should be streaming a little bit later. If I feel like it, maybe we'll throw up another stream later tonight. But for now, we're calling it good luck to 1568. Great showing thus far. Keep up the pressure. Keep up the good work. Bring this zone home. Thanks, guys, girls, friends, neighbors. Y'all have a good rest of your day, and maybe we'll see you later.